Welcome to Group Chat, your weekly podcast for everything disability. Today I have with me Jonathan Shar,
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Tim Lachlan, and myself.
Hey.
Welcome back. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, guys. So, Timothy, what are we going to be talking about today?
Tonight we're talking about the year that was 2020. I guess I'll hand it back to David to introduce the year that was.
Well, anyone that wants to has a question or wants to comment, please do. And if you've got any topics that you would like, type it in the comments for future podcasts.
Cool. Thank you, David. So, yeah, David, 2020, the year that was, it was a very interesting year. Don't you agree, guys?
It was a year that we want to forget. Many
Yeah.
people like to forget.
Yeah, but the sad thing is, it's going to be in our memories for a very long time. Yeah, so what actually happened in 2020, David?
2020, well, it started in 2019, but
Yeah.
went straight into 2020. We had many
Mm.
lockdowns. We had viruses. We had deaths. We had controversial stuff. A lot of businesses
so
went
many
broke.
things going on.
A lot of businesses went broke.
Yeah,
Lot of
also if
people
you lived around in Australia, we had bushfires, we had floods, we had the whole lot.
We held the shebang.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of property was destroyed, a lot of animals were killed. People with disability were, I guess, were feeling it. They were feeling it. It really impacted on people's mental health.
What I realized, the rich were getting poorer and the poor were getting richer.
Yeah. Would you agree with that, Tim?
Somewhat. Like, it's been, a really unique year, as we've said. Unique for, I guess, lack of a better word to describe it. But I guess some positives that came out of it was stimulus checks for a few countries, Australia in particular, with like increases to some link payments, not all of them though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, look, donations are always a thing to help people, I guess, to live by, but at the end of the day, what's a natural disaster? Because it's very hard. Because it doesn't just impact on you financially, but also emotionally and mentally and all that.
And a lot of people did commit suicide.
Yeah. So
they couldn't take it.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a pretty tough year. It's been a pretty tough year. Do you agree with that, John?
Yes.
Yeah. It's very
What
tough.
I want to say is, as a community, we need to stick together.
As a disability community, we need to stick together.
Yeah,
but just as a community, whether we're not disability or not, we all should stick together and help each other.
That's right.
Even though we have a disability or not.
Yeah, but we need to do it more now, more than ever. So we need to do it now more than ever. Because things are changing. Things are changing very quick.
Question.
Yeah.
What's in store for 2021? What do you think? You think it's going to be continuation of 2020, or could be worse, or could be better?
Look, all I know is that we should look after ourselves. We should look out after ourselves and look out for each other. No matter what the situation is, we gotta all be there for one another. What are your thoughts on that, Tim?
Tim,
Yeah, sorry, I didn't catch that because on my end, Ibby, I couldn't hear what he said.
So,
But
Say
Yeah,
again.
sorry about that, Tim. I was just saying, what are your thoughts on that? Your predictions for 2021? Any changes?
Well, honestly, based off what we've seen in the first 8 days or so of 2021, I think it's safe to say it's probably going to be pretty similar to 2020 in some aspects. At least this year we've got the vaccine rolling out, so that's not going to be a cure-all thing. Like, we are going to have to wait maybe like a year or two for that to properly take effect. And I don't think life is going to go back to what it was. There are going to be some in-place changes from the pandemic, but
yeah,
wrong.
I think
2020 is people have come together, and we've realised the importance. Although these lockdowns suck, and although lots of people have unfortunately suffered from them, but just like how communities have come together and realised the importance of listening to the rules and realising that if we all knuckle down and work together, we can get through this a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently. So I think although we've had to physically distance ourselves and stuff, people in general have been pretty good in staying connected online, or also just, I guess, working together as a community.
Yeah. So hello to the audience. Thanks for joining
I've got a
David,
question.
just a quick comment from one of our audience. Harry's wheelchair taxis said that things are going to get better in the middle of 2021. So I guess he's agreeing with the vaccine rolling through. Things will slowly get there. But we gotta keep in mind that we need to social distance, we need to, I guess, look after our hygiene.
Yeah,
Make sure we practice,
it's,
personal hygiene, social distancing and whatnot. Yeah, David.
I've got a question for audience and you got and everyone.
Yeah.
What one word? If you had one word, what would you describe 2020 with?
Look, I'll go first. For me, it was interesting. It was interesting because we lived. It was a change. It was a change for us all.
Please post it on the comments.
Yeah. So yeah, for the audience, please, one word to describe 2020. Please do so in the comments. Timothy, what are your thoughts? One word.
There's a few words that come to mind to describe 2020. The first word probably can't be said in this time slot. So I'll go with unprecedented, although that word gets thrown around a lot.
Yep.
There was a lot of events in 2020 that kind of came out of left field, and we didn't really expect them, but I guess you just roll with the punches, and we've got to work together and just try get back to some form of normality by working together.
That's right. Yeah. We can only
What
hope.
are your thoughts, Jonathan? One word to describe 2020.
Johnson?
inclusive.
Inclusive.
I think the pandemic really it kind of makes normal people think what it must be like to be disabled, suffer, no, not suffer, endure social isolation.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I hope if anything comes out of the ideas people take that appreciation forward.
Yeah, and I agree. Though.
Yeah.
So good. Just before we move on, we got Michelle Long with us. She wrote confusing. Yeah, yeah, and I agree. It was pretty confusing. Also, I comment from Melinda. The 2020 was missed. Hard for my kids, but also the year
It was what?
I finally was strong enough to get my first prosthetic leg and stand on two legs again. So yeah, pretty interesting. Well, I guess there were positives and negatives out of
Yeah.
the
Well.
year. But yeah.
Well. If I was to describe it with one word, it was restricted.
Restricted in what way?
People were restricted and scared
Yeah, yeah.
to help.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They wanted to help, but they felt
Mm,
scared to help.
yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
so good. I agree.
Yeah, but weirdly enough, in that way, I'm thankful that other people got to experience feeling restricted because at least they will begin to develop some empathy of
And
what we need to endure in our day-to-day life.
so they experienced what we need to enjoy day by day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mm.
that's a
And
good
that,
point you raise because the pandemic, it really did put non-disabled people in a position of seeing just what life can be like for people with disabilities, in particular, people with disabilities or
they actually
immunocompromised.
lived with them because
Yeah,
before they were never home.
Mm.
They experienced what they actually lived,
Yeah, yeah.
and they were at
yeah,
home living with them.
yeah. Like it's a few aspects of life with a disability that many non-disabled people got to see was, social isolation for one. Um,
Yeah.
and as I was saying, people with like immune disorders, mask wearing and social distancing and hand sanitizing and like really ramped up hygiene is just part of life for people in that category. So I think it's been quite eye-opening for some to see what, I guess, the other half live like, but also not to focus on all the negatives of 2020. There have been positives in it. Like, yes, it was a tough year, but the benefits, like we saw a huge rollout of telehealth and just being able to do your appointments over the phone or via Zoom. So that makes things much more accessible, not just to people with disabilities, but like non-disabled people with busy like lives, or people able to work from home. So I think like 2020 has brought a few good things with it, which should hopefully stick around in their society.
It also concentrated on family. You know what? Family came together, I think. But it also some families got destroyed.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Some
Yeah,
people
like I said,
can live
there were
together, some
positives
people
and
can't.
negatives.
But you know what I learned?
Did we get many responses on the chat?
No. Yeah, look, it's all good. Like David said earlier, just for the audience, one word. Just let us know how 2020 went for you. Let us know in the comments.
One word describes 2020.
And Julie Ann has joined us. Like, hi guys, happy New Year for 2021. Happy New Year to you too, Julie, and thank you for joining us
Yeah, happy
on
New Year,
Crib Chat.
Julian.
Yeah, so there was also I guess panic buying. There was a period where people
Oh,
were panic buying.
yeah.
And that kind of disadvantaged people with disability.
Yeah, but then Woolworths came out and
Yeah.
others where they had an hour for people with disability before.
Yeah, look, it's good that some of these, I guess, giants are doing that. But what if people don't have full access to Woolworths or access to Coles,
I
and so they go to the local supermarket?
Yeah, especially people in the bushes.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah,
I
people who live originally. Yeah, Jonathan.
and the thing is, the way they implemented it just reinforced that people with disabilities are an average thought until it affects the bottom line.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a good point you raised, Jonathan.
What do you say?
Just how people with disabilities, like the pandemic, kind of pointed out that we're sort of an afterthought. Like people don't really plan to look after us as well as the general population. And I'll provide an example. Actually, yesterday I was at my uni doing a video shoot, and I hadn't been on campus since the pandemic had begun. And having gone back to the campus, there's now all these social distancing markers and hand sanitizing stations, and check-in like QR codes that you have to scan. And just even noticing like the placement of those things, like for instance, the QR scanner thing was like at eye level for someone standing up. So if you're a short or a statured person or a wheelchair user, it'll be quite difficult to scan the code. Or hand sanitizer stations and stuff. I've also seen some pretty, I guess, funny access fails online where like doors and stuff have handles that you operate with your feet. So again, people don't really consider wheelchair users or other disabilities. So in some aspects, yes, we have been an afterthought, but also there have been the positives, like I said, of telehealth and being able to purchase groceries online, which makes things a bit more accessible to people. But as you said, David, that doesn't work for everyone because people live in the bush. People don't have the general big supermarkets and whatnot.
Yeah.
See, what I realized, what was good for the economy in Australia was the NDIS.
Yeah.
NDIS had people working. You had support workers. You had this. You had that. That kept people working,
Yeah.
and that kept people with disability active too.
Mm.
Yeah. Like
But
initially, when it all really kicked
That,
off,
that,
like, I think
that's
we
what
saw.
I. That's what I heard. That was keeping the economy running.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
like when it kicked off, the pandemic, that is, we saw like a reduction initially in the services people could receive, but then, service providers and stuff kind of adapted and they got PPE in for their workers to wear, so people could continue to actually provide support to people with disabilities. So I guess that's a positive as well, that thinking
and
shifted.
But it also got us more dependent on technology.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, but technology is getting advanced.
It's getting advanced, but it's getting too advanced.
Yeah. Yeah.
We get more self-reliant on it than we should be.
Yeah. I agree. That's a pretty good point, David.
Yeah, it's like everything in life. You need balance, really. Like technology, it's a great tool because, for instance, we're able to do this podcast with technology. But yes, I do agree. It can consume your life and take up too much of it. So that's where finding balance is key. And I think in the pandemic, that's been quite difficult because technology has been our main way of staying connected and interacting with the world while we're locked inside our houses, basically.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally agree.
and the thing I want to make a point about is why aren't people with disabilities actually creating technology to meet our access needs?
Mm.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
our
man.
what's our aims for 2021?
Yeah, look, the same thing as 2020. Just look after yourself.
Make sure
Make
you keep
sure.
more. Always take care of yourself. Put yourself
Mm.
first, because if you can't love yourself, how can you love? How you can love others?
Exactly, and also, like Timothy mentioned, there's a lifeline that's there to help you if you do break down, or if you have mental issues, or you just need someone to talk to, someone to be there to comfort you.
You can call
There's always
Lifeline.
somebody out there. Whether you do it through the hotline, whether you do it through
You,
peer support,
you can also
yeah, it's
message.
out there. It's out there.
You can also message us, and if we can help you and talk to you and
Mm.
comfort you if you want, and you can
Yeah,
discuss it with us. We can do. It doesn't have to be online,
yeah, yeah,
or you can ask us, and we can discuss online if you want.
yeah. That's right. Yeah,
But if
yeah,
you want privately, just let us know.
yeah.
We don't want to share
And it's
people's.
very important to look after your health. So monitor any symptoms that you have. If you feel unwell, do it right away. Go visit a doctor if you need
I
to.
would I add that includes physical and mental health.
Yeah, physical and mental, they're the main ones. But just know that you are not alone. There is support around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you ever need to reach
We've,
out,
we,
reach
we've
out.
got your backs if you need.
Hmm. Yeah, David, thank you for that.
I think people on Facebook and Twitter would know that look, for me it was never just about building an organization. Anyone can do that. It's about building a community
Yep.
of support. And
Yeah.
I'm not talking about being supported. I'm talking about being with people with the word disability is not a dirty word.
Yeah, no, I agree, Jonathan. Disability is not a dirty word. It's not, it should not also be used to describe or label a person.
Yeah.
Look, everybody, I guess, has a disability in some way. But
Everyone's got
it
a
should not
disability. No one's
let
perfect.
us define who we are.
No one's perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
It can only define who we are if
Mm.
we allow society to define
Yeah,
us as
yeah.
individuals.
Yeah, but in saying that, Jonathan, you shouldn't let her define who we are, but we must learn how to be strong, how to be resilient, how to, I guess, not be treated as if we are minors or as if
Yeah.
we are
And,
below
yeah.
anyone.
Don't let people to belittle you
That's right.
because it's not a nice thing. I've
And so that's what we aim to achieve in 2021. Just become stronger and better individuals.
and let them know you know your rights.
Yes, exactly.
People
Exactly.
people because I can't see, people used to sort of walk in front of me because they can skip the line in front of me because I can't see them. I'll do double better. I'll just walk into the front of the line if they want.
That's why you welcome with the stick. No, it's all good, David.
Now, a lot of people walk into me, but
Yep.
thank God I'm not a small bloke.
Yeah, yeah. It's all about education as well.
And
Yeah.
we got to educate people. You got to
Mm.
not look at your phone when you're
So yeah,
walking.
we're
Look,
just continuing on with the trend. It's all about educating, and it always comes back to educating because education is very important.
yeah,
And also about building a community and knowing that whether you're in isolation or not,
Mm.
you are not alone.
Spot on, spot on. You are not alone. That's very, very important. to take into account that nobody is alone.
No one's alone.
That there is support out there.
And if you need help, we're here for you. There's Lifeline. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of people you can call on.
Yeah, thank you, David.
Yeah.
So, any last words? Sorry, Tim?
Yeah, going on the topic of last thoughts. Well, what are our goals for 2021? Really, I guess I'll kick us off with the goal, as you say, of wanting to build community. And I think we can do that through showing pride in having a disability.
Tim, there's a bit of a buzzing sound in your end.
On your mic, Tim.
Yeah.
Now, I'll turn it off and turn it on again, see if that fixes it.
No worries.
Does that make it any better?
No.
No, it's still there. But anyway, yeah, so what are the plans for 2021?
Well, if you can hear me over the buzzing, plans for 2021, build community, have pride in having a disability. Like, if society is going to label us, then we might as well use that label and have it as like a point of pride. Because if we show that we're like strong and determined people with disabilities, then really nothing can take that from us. And we're stronger together. So
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you very much for that, Tim. So it's all about building a community and having pride. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
What about you, David? What are your final thoughts?
Well, I'll see if I can get her out much more, enjoy myself more, and sort of build in the community. And
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, it's all good. Thank you for that, David. Yeah, just the concept of you are not alone, and there are ways you can get support if you ever feel like you need it. There's always someone out there for you.
What's a phone number for Lifeline?
It's 13 11 14. I'm almost certain. I'll just double check.
Yep.
Was that for people under 25?
Well, what is doing that? Jonathan, what are your final thoughts?
Well, the thing is, if 2020 has taught us anything, is that as a community, we need to stick together. I know if there's not places we can physically go, why don't we make online groups or websites? In a way, we've been preparing for this for so many years. Now is the time to act.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Jonathan. Yeah. Yeah, so did you get the number for Lifeline too?
Yeah, so the number for Lifeline is 13 11 14.
Okay, thank you for that, Tim.
That's 13 11 14. Can you type it in on the chat?
Yeah, can you type it in, Jonathan?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, with that being said, congratulations everyone for making it through 2020. It's just proof that you're all more resilient than you think you are. And if we can make it through that unique year, for lack of a better word,
it allowed us to change our attitude to life.
Exactly. But yeah, like Timothy was saying, yeah, congrats to everyone. And we need to be strong, especially for what's coming ahead.
We've got to be strong and unite,
Yeah. Thank you.
and always ask, always, if you know someone that hasn't got someone there, always call them to ask them if they need anything.
Yeah. So always reach out.
Yeah, and additionally on that point, if you're a person who is struggling, it is difficult to ask for help, but there's no shame in asking for
There's
help.
no exactly.
Shame
There's no
doing it,
shame. No
but
shame. No shame if
asking
you
for
need
help
help.
and talking to others is honestly the best thing you can do for yourself, because even if you don't feel like you want to be here, you matter to someone, and the world would not be as good of a place without you in it. So, to our
Tr-
viewers,
Trust me,
thank you for
it's very
being.
understandable if you need to talk to someone.
Yeah.
It's,
Thank you, Tim, and thank you, David, for that. And thank you for Jonathan for sharing it. So the lifeline number, like Tim said, is 13 11 14. Or you can visit their website on lifeline.org.au. Thank you. I think we'll wrap it up.
And just before we go,
yeah.
if you have anything you want us to chat about on the future episode, put it in the comments.
So if they want to chat for in future topics, just put it in the comments.
Yep.
Even though we're not live, it's
Yep.
in the
Thank you.
pre-recorded. We get it
Thank you.
either way.
Cool. Thanks.
You've been watching Group Chat, the weekly podcast about everything disability. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, and see you next week for more Crypto.